Hello everyone, we are going to discuss the answers of Launchpad 2. Let's begin with the physics question. There is a glass slab and there is a point source of light at the bottom base of the slab. So if the ray of light is coming out like this, then at critical angle, suppose the critical angle is theta, there will be grazing angle of refraction will be 90 degree. So the depth of this slab is 8 and mu is equal to 5 by 3, and all of you are aware that mu is 1 by sine theta. So that means sine theta will be 3 by 5. So that means tan theta will be 3 by 4. So if you look at this figure carefully, if this angle is theta, this will also be theta, and let this length be r. So tan theta is 3 by 4 is r by 8. So by solving we are getting r is equal to 6. So that means that this particular point source will let out rays of light which will cover a patch, okay, a circular patch. If you look at it from the top, you will be able to see a circular patch, and the light will come out in that corridor, and the radius of that circular patch will be 6. So the answer of the physics question is that the radius of the circular patch is equal to 6. This is the answer of the physics question of Launchpad 2. Let's move on to the chemistry question. So you have sodium carbonate and bromine aqueous solution. It gives NaBr plus sodium bromate plus carbon dioxide. So suppose this one is X, stoichiometric coefficient is X, and suppose this one the stoichiometric coefficient is Y. So this is the stoichiometric coefficient of carbon, so you'll have to put one X here, right? So that will take care of the carbon. Now what about oxygen? Now oxygen is 3x over here, and here it is 2x. So there will be a x by 3 over here. So that will take care of oxygen. And now we have sodium. So here sodium is 2x, here it is x by 3. So here the coefficient will be 2x minus x by 3, that is 5x by 3. So the coefficient over here will be 5x by 3. So we are in a position to compare the coefficients for bromine on both sides. So on the left side it will be 2y, and on the right side it will be 5x by 3 plus x by 3, which is 2x. So ultimately we are getting y is equal to x. So this means that we can just replace y equal to x and rewrite this whole equation. So if we do that, then we will get a x, we will get a x, we will get a 5x by 3, and we will get a x by 3, and we will get a x. So ultimately, if you cancel the x and take LCM throughout, you will get 3 Na2CO3 plus 3 Br2 is equal to 5 NaBr plus NaBrO3 plus 3 CO2. So the coefficient of sodium bromide is 5. So the answer of the chemistry question is that the number of moles of sodium bromide required in the balanced equation is 5. Now let's move on to the maths question. Now in the maths question, the equations which were given, the first equation is 2x to the power ln 2 is equal to 3y to the power ln 3. This is the first equation. The second equation, 3 to the power ln x is 2 to the power ln y, and basically you have to solve for x, only x, not y. Okay. Now all of you are aware that ln basically is what? If you say ln 2 is basically log of 2 to the base e. So all of you are aware that ln implies logarithm to the base e. So the only way to do this question, if you want to do it in the conventional way, is both the equations take logarithms on both sides. So the first equation, if you take logarithm on both sides, then this is what you get. And the second equation, if you take logarithm on both sides, this is what you will get. Now this one, let us equate ln x, ln3 equal to ln y, ln2 equal to k. Now let's come back to this equation. So if you change sides, you will get ln3 whole square minus ln2 whole square. Now ln x you can write k by ln3, so this will be k ln2 by ln3. Similarly ln y you can write k by ln2, so this will become k ln2 by ln3. Now if you take LCM, you will get k into ln2 square minus ln3 square, whole thing divided by, actually this should be ln3 by ln2, so this will be ln2 into ln3. So if you cancel ln3 square minus ln2 square on both sides, you will get k equal to minus of ln2 into ln3. This is the value of k. Now if you take this value of k, go back and put it over here. That means if you put k equal to minus of ln2 into ln3, then you will see that by equating these two, you are getting ln x equal to minus ln2, so x is equal to half. So the answer of the maths question is x is equal to half. This is the answer. Now I want to say something to all of you. You will probably agree with me that in Launchpad 2, the 3 questions which we have discussed, the physics question was very basic, the chemistry question also, the balancing wasn't very difficult. The maths question seems to be easy, but it has a few steps. Now there is a tricky method to do the math sum. There is a shortcut method. That is, in this question the options are given. So if you think about it, if you put x equal to half and y equal to 1/3, then 2x becomes 1 and 3y becomes 1. So both sides you have 1 equal to 1. So clearly x is equal to half and y equal to 1/3 is a valid solution. And by the way, x equal to half is a part of the options. So this is a shortcut tricky method that you can look at the options, you can infer that yes, x equal to half is giving me the answer, and therefore you can skip all these steps and straight away conclude that x is equal to half. Now remember one thing, all of you, never forget that shortcuts and tricks, they are like a trump card, right? You should not try to use them all the time. You should use it very discretionally. You should understand when to use it, when is the right time to use it, and it shouldn't be used in an arbitrary random manner. Like in this sum, the options were given, and it's pretty clear that if you put x equal to half, this is coming 1, and if you put y equal to 1/3, this is coming 1, and therefore this has to be the solution. So the options is guiding you to use the trick, but the trick has to be a trump card. You should not always try to use a shortcut or a trick every time, and probably it will not work every time. So this completes the answers of Launchpad 2. Thanks a lot, all of you.